when you
Mm.
first start training again, when you're actually getting into that rhythm but that repetitive process of always showing up and keep going. I think a lot of people get tied up in the goals that they set themselves. And this is something that I realized as I was doing it, that right, I'm going to lose a stone in a month. And when they don't hit that target, they sort of go, oh, well, what's the point then? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
Yeah.
any
yeah.
form of progress is progress.
Yeah, and I think from my perspective, a lot of people are focused on trying to do too much. Like you don't need to do a lot to see much difference, right? Now,
Yeah.
if you do no exercise whatsoever, you're going to see quite profound improvements simply by going for a walk,
Yeah.
right? And you can start with 10 minutes. If you do nothing and you suddenly do 10 minutes, well, that's 10 minutes more than what you were doing. That's a big improvement. You do that for a few weeks and you get to 20 minutes. That's an even bigger improvement. What people try to do is they literally try to run before they can walk. They think,
Mm.
well, the studies show that 5 times a week of 45 minutes is the best way of doing it, blah, blah, blah. So they go straight to that. Well, if you've gone from 0 minutes to
Zero.
suddenly 5 times 45, no wonder you're going to give up after 2 minutes, after 2 weeks, sorry. Your body's not going to be able to cope with that demand, that intensity, that
Yeah.
frequency. So you've got to start small. Um, but people get too kind of adventurous of, like you say, I want to lose a stone in a month. Well, why don't you just focus on what you got to do to lose a stone before you start focusing on the numbers? I could say I want to lose 5 stone in 2 years, but if I don't do the things that are going to result in that, then what's the point of me even setting that target in the first place? Like, it's the
Mm.
habits that change your results, not the focusing on a number. And that's what people
Yeah.
get too kind of tied in on. They think that if they think of losing a stone, they're going to lose a stone. Well, are you doing the things you need to do to lose a stone in the first place?
Have you read Atomic Habits at all, Martin?
Yes, I have. Yes, yes.
Okay, so
It's a
that
very,
that
very, very good
touches,
book.
obviously you referencing that these small habits that create positive long-term change. You can't shortcut to
Yeah.
the finishing line, can you?
No, and yes, you might be able to shortcut for 3, 4 weeks, but it's going to
It's
catch
not
up on you.
sustainable.
You're going to get to a point where you cannot continue with that because it's too much of a change from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Your body and your mindset and your lifestyle, right?
Mm.
So if you do everything all at one go, that's a lot of sacrifices for your lifestyle to adapt to. And we've got jobs, we've got families, we've got income we've got to look after. How are we going to cope with all that? And then on top of that, we've got those sacrifices we've got to make. Like you need to think of one thing that you can do. Like you said, David, from Atomic Habits, one thing for 2 or 3 weeks, focus on that, get that ticked off. Then you add a second thing in, stack the small habits week to week, and then suddenly after 6 months, you're like, bloody hell, I've achieved loads.